A very good afternoon to you. This is Lunchtime News live on MTV Sports. I'm Shahan Jarangpati. Let's start off with a look at your headlines. Train strike still in effect. 4 Colombo Metro trains cancelled. Number of election complaints rises to 147. Indonesia's Mount Kelud volcano erupts, covering nearby villages in a layer of ash and forcing people to evacuate. Here are those stories in detail. The Election Secretariat notes that they have received 147 complaints in connection to the Western and Southern Provincial Council polls.
The Elections Complaints Centre notes that a majority of the complaints are related to illegal meetings, rallies and protests. The centre notes they have received 40 such complaints. The centre has also received 13 complaints related to misuse of state vehicles and 33 complaints relating to the transfers and promotions of state employees. A majority of the elections complaints have been reported from the Colombo district, with the number standing at 43. Meanwhile, 24 complaints have been received from the Kalutara district, while 16 complaints were received from the Gampa district. 11 complaints were received from Gaul, while 12 were reported from Mathura.
Today is Navam Full Moon Poya Day. The day is significant for Buddhism as many extraordinary events took place.
Lord Buddha appointed Sariyut Mugalan as his chief discipline on a day such today. Moreover, the day is also significant as Mugalan was appointed as Agra Shravaka according to Buddhist history. The day is also important as the first Buddhist council convened today. According to history, the first ever council also prepared the rules of disciplines required by a monk.
The 35th Navam Mahaperara of the Hunupitiya Gangarama temple is set to parade the streets of Colombo this evening.
A ceremony was held this morning to invoke blessings on the elephants that will take part in the Perara tonight. The Perara will also feature up-country and low-country dance items and a number of cultural performances. Podiums are being set up on either side of the road to facilitate people who come to witness the Perahera. The Perahera will parade down D.A. Ramanayaka Mawatha, Sir James Piris Mawatha, Jinarathana Mawatha, Navam Mawatha, Uttarananda Mawatha and Perahera Mawatha before re-entering the Sir James Piris Mawatha and reaching the temple.
Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne says that the examples from the world over have depicted the importance of the Mahasangha for the development of the Buddha Sasana. The Prime Minister made this observation at an event held at the Sri Visuddharama Temple in Vadua yesterday.
This event was held to mark 50 years since 3 monks attained robes from the Sri Visuddharama Temple in Vadua. A special Bodhigaya was erected to mark the occasion and was declared open by the Prime Minister.
Taking up robes means sacrificing your life for your country, for your religion. This country was protected because of the Mahasangha. Where is Buddhism in the country where Lord Buddha attained enlightenment and where the Sri Mahabodhi was? There was a university in Pakistan that was dedicated to teach Buddhism. There are books, buildings and viharas in Pakistan. There was a 187-foot tall Buddha statue in Afghanistan. Where is Buddhism? Therefore, the examples in the world have showed the importance of the Mahasangha in the development of Buddhism.
Moving on to other local news, 7 people have sustained injuries in a motor accident in the Mathura Valley Gama area. According to the police, the accident occurred when a van veered off the road and crashed into a wall this morning. The victims of the accident are residents of the Gaul Talgampola area. The police said that 2 children and 3 women were among the injured. The accident occurred while the group was en route to Kataragama. A motor car that was stopped opposite a house in the Wilford Town area in Hatton was set on fire this morning. The car had been set on fire at around 1 a.m. today. According to the police, investigations have been launched to look into whether this was an act of arson. Meanwhile, 2 investigative teams have been assigned to conduct investigations into the shooting of a gem businessman in the Hidayallan area in Ratnapura. Now, the police said that the officers of the Ratnapura police and another police team are conducting investigations into the incident. According to police media spokesperson SSP Ajit Rohana, the shooting took place at 7 last evening. The victim has been identified as 42-year-old Sumit Veerasinghe, a gem businessman. The businessman, whose business was based in Ratnapura, had travelled to his residence along with his wife and 2 children. The businessman was shot as he stepped out of his vehicle to open the gate to his house. The body of the victim has been placed at the Ratnapura hospital and the post-mortem examination is to be conducted today. Meanwhile, steps have been taken to preserve the remnants of the Vijayaramaya, also known as the Parvataramaya, located in the Abhayagiri temple complex in Anuradhapura.
According to our correspondent in the area, the ruins date back to the 8th century BC. The conservation activities are being carried out by the Department of Archaeology together with the Central Cultural Fund and the All Island Buddhist Association.
Mahayana Sampradaya, Visheshan Abhayagiri.
The Abhayagiri was partial towards the Mahayana traditions, and these ruins are similar to the Parvata temples that can be seen in Java and Cambodia. These ruins are spread out across 12 acres. If we conserve this site as an environmental archaeological site and restore it properly, we will be able to attract many locals as well as tourists.
And that ends lunchtime news. As always, it is a pleasure having with us. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Shahin Jarampadu.
Hotline 0114-896-896. www.newsfirst.lk. Feedback at newsfirst.lk.